Hey guys, what's up? It's me. So, a few people have been requesting this video, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. I know it's pretty late out, but I got the munchies and I want some pumpkin spice candy. So, I think this is going to be the best way to do it. We're going to go ahead and just go live and do it. It's probably going to be about a 45-50 minute stream. We're going to go start to finish. Everything. Like I said, I really want to make the candy, and since other people want to see it, might as well show them too. So we're going to need some corn syrup, some sugar, and some water. I'm going to go ahead and put my phone down in there real quick. And I'm not going to be very active in chat, by the way, so anybody who joins, I probably won't be too active right now. So you're going to need 1.5 cups of sugar. I got that right here. I'm using a little bit less, so I'm just going to cut my recipe down just a bit. So 1.5 cups of sugar. Go ahead and put that right in the bowl. You're going to need 3/4 cup of corn syrup. I'm going to use a little bit less, about 2.5 probably, just because I'm a little bit short on sugar. And put that in there. Get another. And then what we're going to want to do is get a half of a cup of water. But again, I'm going to cut mine a little bit short, because I was a little bit low on sugar. So I'm going to do probably about 1/4 cup. I usually put a little bit less than 1/2 cup anyways, so figured 1/4 cup won't hurt. Yeah, it's 2. And I'm going to do 1/2. Like I said, don't got all my ingredients, so it's going to have to do. Like I said, we're going to put 1/2 cup of water in there too, but I'm going to go ahead and put it on the stove, get it heating up a little bit. I'm going to take my 1/2 cup. Like I said, I'm going to put about 1/4 cup of water in there. So, we got that. It's on the heat. It's going to be kind of iffy at first, but trust me, the quality will get a little bit better. Just got to let it heat up first. Alright, so there we go. We're on the heat. We're just mixing it up. It's going to take about 10 to 15 minutes at this point, so we're just pretty much going to be mixing it up, going over what we're going to do next. Hey, what's up, Exotic? What's going on, dude? Yep, it's going to take about, I'd say 10 to 15 minutes. You're going to want to turn it to about like 7.5 usually. You're going to want it to get up to about 300 to 310 degrees. So, pretty much just waiting for that. You can't do much else. I'm going to go ahead and get a little measuring cup to set this in. Just like that. It's my little homemade stand. I just go ahead and set it right in there. Dance for us while we wait. Yeah, no, I can't do that, dude. Sorry, man, can't do that. I could take you through. I can let you see that I'm washing dishes. But, we got our corn syrup. We've got our pumpkin pie. Let me see. I don't think it's going to focus in. Pumpkin pie spice. I don't know if you can see that. We've got red and yellow. We're going to go ahead and make that orange. We've got our gloves because it's, like I said, it's going to be really hot, about 310 degrees hot. Got our stuff that we're going to mix it on, and yeah, we're going to be good. So as soon as this reaches to 310 degrees, we've got our thermometer right here. We're going to be good to go. So we're just kind of waiting on this. It's about 12:30, so let's say about 1 o'clock it should be done. Completely done. About to eat and everything, you know, ready to go. Whether you're here or not, man, I appreciate you joining in the stream. It makes this a little more fun, so I figured I might as well stream it because I like to cook it anyways, so might as well show other people how it's done. And hey, look, if you don't get if you don't get through the whole stream this time, you already got the recipe this time, so just come back, watch the rest of it, learn how to do it, and then boom, you can make you some candy at home. So, yeah, get me some gloves, beforehand, before you pour it on here. I'm just going to spray it down just a little bit so it doesn't stick. You don't want it to be like all oily and stuff. I'm going to set the camera down for just a second. I'm going to go get some of my other candies that I've made and show you guys those while we wait. Give this one more stir. You got to keep stirring this. You don't want it to ever stick or anything. Yeah, right. 10 out of 10 view. Yeah, right. Appreciate that. I know it's going to be kind of iffy because, like I said, I'm doing it by myself, and especially once it gets towards the end, I'm just going to have to set it in my little thing right there, and we're just going to have to do it that way. But I'm going to go ahead and give this a stir, and I'm going to let you see my strawberry banana candies. These are by far my favorite. A buddy of mine actually helped me make these, and I'm glad he did because they turned out really, really good. So here's these ones right here. I actually did pink and yellow in there, which is really cool. I got a bunch of them out of that. He took about half of them, and that's how much we have left. So, yeah, it definitely makes a lot. That's out of one batch. So, total, it was probably about up to here on the mason jar. So, it's a decent bit of candy. I've got our mint candies right here. See if I can get that open without giving you too bad of a view. There you go, mint candies. And yeah, see, like I just opened up this one. It's gonna be kind of sticky, but once you break it up, it's gonna be fun. It's just gonna be little tiny pieces of candy, just like that. It's gonna be kind of sticky, and it's gonna stick to each other either way, but that's just how it is. So something you gotta deal with. So we are back to stirring. Stir, stir, stir. And like I said, I'm not even gonna put it up to the temperature yet because it's still gotta stir up a little bit, mix up, still gotta do what it does. You can't just crank it all the way up to high and expect it to get done right away. You wanna take it, nice and easy. Of course you can, but I like to make sure that the water boils off so that it's not even the slightest bit sticky. I mean, you could tell it's kind of sticky, but once you break it up, it's fine. It's not too sticky at all. Just like a Jolly Rancher would be. So yeah, this is kind of the boring part right here, so I guess we're just going to kind of put everything else up. I didn't quite use all that corn syrup, but I didn't want to take too long for the stream either. I'd rather just get it done, make another batch tomorrow, and go get some more sugar, make a full batch or something. It'll be good. Got a little bit of corn syrup on my hands. So yeah, we got our spatulas. You don't really need like these kind of spatulas or anything like that. If you have like dough spatulas, something like that, you can find those. Those work great. A lot of people use those, but I like these. These are just metal spatulas. That's just what we got. So we got our rubber gloves here because, like I said, it does get hot. Spray different coloring. You can choose whatever color you want. You don't want to put too much. You just want to kind of feel it out, get to know it. And then your flavoring, you definitely want to get to know your flavoring. It's, I'm still learning. This is only like my 4th or 5th batch, so I'm learning, but it's definitely getting better. So I want to show it with you guys. If you guys have any tips or advice, just, be sure to let me know down in the comments. And if you guys learned anything, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I usually don't do these kind of videos, but if you want it, who knows? I might start doing it. I might make another channel for it, There we go. We're just gonna let that start boiling a little bit. I can go ahead and put this thermometer in here for you guys so we can keep track of it for you. Like I said, we wanted to get to 300, about to 300 to 310, somewhere around there. So You just kind of want to keep an eye on that. So let me adjust this real quick. Sorry for the view, guys. Alright, here we go. So we've got our thermometer hooked up right here. There we go. It's going to steady in for us, so that's good. We're going to get to see everything. It's going to go through a few stages like this one right here. It's starting to get really hot. You could tell it's going to start bubbling up pretty quick. That's why you don't ever want to leave it. You want to make sure that you're here with it, because it'll just happen really quickly. There won't really be too many signs of it. You just kind of want to be on it. It does start steaming pretty hard. I usually turn my fan on, but I don't think I'm going to do it this time, just because it's on stream, it's on video. It's going to be really loud, and I can't really edit that out, I don't think. So, yeah, I'm going to skip past that for today. But I turned it up almost to 7. Like I said, it's not going to be the same on yours or anything, but you just want to get it to 300 to 310 degrees. So I turned it almost up to 7 because it was boiling, just starting to boil. Gonna let it get up to about 250 or so, and then we're gonna crank it up to about 7.5 and get her going good. And then comes the fun part. Then we get to show everybody the fun part. Get to making the candy, forming the candy, and eating the candy. So this is the boring part. I got a couple other candies in there too, but you really don't want to leave this stuff. I just kind of left it at first because I knew it wasn't going to be hot right away. I made a few batches. I know that it's not going to start boiling like this right away. It takes a little while to do that, so just want to keep stirring it, keep making sure that it's all nice and good. And you want to make sure that you have a candy thermometer too. You want to make sure that the temperature actually goes all the way up to 300, if not more. This one goes up to 400. So you want to make sure that it goes up to a high temperature, because if it doesn't, I had one that only went up to, I think, 200, and it really didn't work. It just turned out really bad. You can't guesstimate this stuff. You've got to be on point with it. So just go out, buy a candy thermometer. The rest of the stuff, the corn syrup, the sugar, you might spend $5 on that, and you're looking at 3 to 4 batches. So it's really worth it in the end to buy a candy thermometer and do it right. I'm not really sure how much they cost. This one was given to me, so not really sure. I couldn't tell you. This is my first one. Obviously, I just started doing it. I don't carry around candy thermometers every day, but yeah, I don't know if you could see it here, but it's almost at 250. It's getting there. Not quite, but it's definitely getting there. It's getting there pretty quickly. We're just going to keep stirring her up, making sure it's good. You can give it a break every once in a while. I just like to keep stirring it, making sure that it's good. I don't ever like to leave it for too long without stirring it. You don't want it to get sticky. You don't want it to burn. The sugar will start burning, and it just won't be good. So just make sure that you stir it every once in a while. Like I said, my camera's actually focusing pretty good. I didn't think it would focus this well, but there we go, 250 almost 250. And then once we do that, I think we're gonna go ahead and put 3 drops of the yellow, and then put 3 drops of the red as well. So it's gonna be 3 and 3, and that should make a nice orange color for our pumpkin pie. There we go, pumpkin pie spice. Hard candies, yeah, pumpkin pie spice hard candies. There we go. And yeah, we should be good. I mean, you want to have a mat in case the countertop that you're doing it on may crack, because this stuff is very hot. You're pretty much pouring 300-degree liquid onto metal, so it's going to be really hot. You definitely want to be prepared for that. You want to go back, stir it again. Like I said, you don't want to leave it for too long. I didn't really want to do a live stream of this because I knew it was going to be a decent little process and I knew it was going to take a little while. So I really didn't want to do a live stream, but I don't have the equipment and I don't have the setup to do any kind of other videos, I guess you could say. I can't edit any videos or anything. My computer's real slow. So I'm lucky I could even get this one up right here. But I had a few people asking me how to do it and, you know, what to do, you know, how it's done, how easy it is and all that. So I figured I'd just show them and, you know, make it interesting. So usually people who play Call of Duty and Guitar Hero and, you know, all that good stuff, they don't cook candy, but I do cook candy. I don't know how or why, but videos on YouTube led me to that, and that's now what I like to do. So alright, so it's looking like it's going to be going very slow now, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it up just a bit more, just to about 7.5. So now it's going to be our full temperature. This is going to be right where it is. We're not going to have to turn it up anymore. From here, it's going to go straight onto the pan, or actually the food coloring, all that good stuff's going to go in there. We're going to mix that in. It's going to get all hot and sizzly. It's going to be nice. And then we're going to pour it onto the pan after we mix it all up. We're going to take it and kind of just move it around, just kind of mess with it a little bit, and we'll be good. Yeah, it'll harden up. Just shape it into the way that you want, and then once it gets hard enough, you just kind of break it. You'll see what I mean a little bit later on once we get to that point. But it's really easy and it's really fun to do, so I hope you guys enjoy. If you did and you're still here in this video, make sure you like and subscribe. If you want to see more like this, like I said, I love making candy. I do this stuff like every day now. I don't know why, but it just kind of hit me. I like making candy. I like candy, and if you can make it and it's cheaper than buying it, why not do it? I mean, you know, I mean, this is 17 minutes and we're, you know, at 250 degrees right now. We've only got 50 degrees more and we'll have a full batch of candy made. And what, you would have spent like $5 or $10 on that at the store. You know, like, why would you do that? I only spent like $1 on this. So I used 1/3 of the corn syrup, which cost like $2. And then I used 1.5 cups of sugar, which doesn't cost even $1. So that's pretty good too. Using like, you know, 70-80 cents maybe. There you go. It looks like we're just now hitting 250. I'll go ahead and show you guys that now. And you want to make sure, see I spilled a little drop right here, right in the middle of the screen. You want to make sure that none of it hits the burner itself, because it just burns really quickly and it starts steaming. It stinks really bad. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. There you go, 250. 250 degrees, just a little bit above. So like I said, once it gets to 300, you want to be really cautious. Take it off extremely quick after that. Take it off the heat, that is. Go ahead, start mixing in your stuff a little bit after so that it boils off the water and the food coloring and all that good stuff. So you just want to boil all the water off and mix it all in. Mix it all in nice and good. It'll make a nice good color. And just pour it onto your pan. Like I said, we'll be there very, very shortly. It's at about 260 degrees right now. So, yeah, I'd say about another 2 minutes and we should be mixing our stuff in. And then I'd say another 10 minutes after that and we'll be eating candy. Maybe, give or take. I'm not sure. Like I said, I just started doing this myself, so it's still kind of, you know, give or take with it. I'm not too sure, you know. I do know the recipe, and I do know how to do it, but the timing and all that stuff, it's just kind of give or take with me right now. The outcome, it's never going to be perfect, you know. You never know what you're going to get, you know. So there we go. Look at that. It's almost at 275 right now. We're just at 260. It's almost at 275. Like I said, it starts to raise in temperature very, very quickly. So you want to make sure that you're watching this because it will get very, very hot very quick. Said we're at about 280 right now. It's already went up 5 degrees since then. So you know what I'm going to do? Since we're at about 280 and we're almost at that point, I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to stop. Just stop mixing it and everything. And then I'm just going to wait for it to get to 300. And then once it gets to that 300 mark right there, we're going to go ahead and take it off. We're going to go ahead and put our drops in, just like this. And then I'm going to have you positioned right here so that you can see exactly what's going on when I'm doing it. First off, I'm going to take it, I'm going to spray this. Just like that, because I like it not to stick. I like to spray my spatulas just a little. Front, side, and back. It's just about at 300 degrees. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. Go ahead and open our yellow up. And we're going to go ahead and open our flavoring up. Alright, so it's at 300. Alright, so we're just going to keep stirring it up. Stir, 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 stir. It cooked to about 315, 317 degrees, which you don't really want it to do. You want it to cook a little bit less than that because the sugar may burn a little bit, which, you know, isn't too big of a deal, but you just don't want that. You know, that's not something that you really want to happen. So it just gets a little bit of a darker color to it. Alright, we're getting this all nice and mixed up in here. Nice and mixed up. I'm going to go ahead and set this down on the stove and get everything closed up so there's no accidents. Because this stuff is very, very, very strong. And the lid of the shot may not seem like much, but trust me, it is. It is, it is, it is. And this is a beautiful orange color still. Even though the sugar got burnt just a tad. Like I said, it was only about 5 or 10 degrees over, but you still want to watch it. Because 5 or 10 degrees could really be a lot. So, I don't know if you could see it here, but it's a nice orange color. If you can't, don't worry. You'll be able to see it in just a second. It's a nice liquid, just like this. You see, nice liquidy orange color. You just want to pour it all out right into the middle. Don't worry, it'll all fall out to the sides. And now this part's kind of timed. You kind of want to move with it a little bit quickly, because the harder it gets, the harder the candy gets, the harder it is to work with. So you really don't want to be messing around with it for too long. You know what I mean? You kind of want to, when you do it, you want to really do it. You don't want to play around with it, because it really starts to get hard. And I'll show you what I mean right here. So as you can see, I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. I'm sorry about that. Make sure that you can see. Yeah, you can see that perfectly. That's a good view. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just take it just like this. We're just going to take it and agitate it pretty much. Just so that it gets air to it and it can all cool off evenly, just like that. Now you see how it's starting to solid up a little bit. I'm going to take these, move them out of the way. Like I said, you see right here, there's a little bit of red on my hands. That's actually the coloring. It's so strong. I got a little tiny dot, and that's actually what it did. So you really want to be careful with that kind of stuff because it's very, very strong. Sorry about the water running, guys. I'm going to have to run the water because, like I said, if you don't wash this stuff off like almost immediately, it's going to get really sticky, and you just don't want that. So I'm just going to run that for just a second. That's good for now, just so that the stream doesn't have to hear that. I'll rinse that off later. I'll pay for that later, right? So we do got our gloves stood by right here, okay? They're rubber gloves. I like those gloves. They don't really have to be any type of specific gloves just so that they don't stick. So you just want to keep flipping it over just like this. Just keep agitating it. You'll see that it'll start getting cooler and cooler. It'll actually start moving off. You can actually pick it up at some point. It'll start dripping off at some point, so it won't start dripping off. You'll know you have to start working a little bit quicker with it. So you can just let it sit just for a little bit, not too long. But let me pick up the camera real quick and I can show you guys the consistency of it. See if I can... There you go, look at that. That's actually looks really, really good. I'm going to put you guys back down in here. Like I said, I'm sorry about the video. It's a pretty bad video, but it'll be alright. It'll be alright. We will be okay. You guys know how to make candy, so we're alright. So as you can see, it's starting to kind of clump up, come up in more of a solid rather than a liquid, rather than a 300-degree hot liquid. And that's kind of what you want. You want it to be turning into more of a solid. You don't want to be dropping your stuff. So there we go. You can see it's starting to drip rather than just slide off right in the beginning. It's starting to actually drip off. That's what you want. That's how you know it's starting to actually become candy, when you could pick it up and start playing with it. Having fun, you know. There you go. Like I said, I haven't done it too much. I'm not perfect with it or nothing yet. Oh, look at that. It's starting to get solid quick. I like that. And let's see. So, from start to finish, from actually pouring the ingredients, showing you guys how to do it, it's been 28 minutes right now. It's just hit 28 minutes. So if you guys have missed any of this, just go back in the stream. It's only been about 30 minutes, and you can actually skim through it. Once I'm done with this video, I'm going to be posting timestamps down in the comments so that you guys don't have to. You guys can just go straight to the time right where you left off at. So, see how it's starting to get a little bit thicker? It's really, really good. It's starting to look really good right now. See that? So, we're just going to keep on agitating it. Just like that. See that? You're starting to pick up the whole entire blob in just one scoop. There you go. Alright. Clean that off. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and put on my gloves. And I'm going to put on my gloves now because it's starting to get a little bit more pliable. And you can tell when you need to start putting on your gloves because when you put it back into the middle, here, let me go ahead and do two hands. When you put it back into the middle, it should just droop down like a liquid, but when it kind of sticks like a solid for a second, that's how you know that you're going to need to start putting on your gloves and getting a little more hands-on with it, you know? So we're just going to keep flipping it. It's going to, you know, it's going to keep getting solid and solid. As it cools down, it's going to turn more into a solid rather than a liquid. That's just how candy works. If you don't heat it up hot enough, it's just going to be a goo. It's never going to turn hard. It's just going to be a straight goo, and you don't want that. That's why I said you want to make sure that you have a candy thermometer or a thermometer that gets hot enough to do this kind of thing, because if not, it's not going to work out for you. It's not going to be good. Okay? So you want to make sure that you definitely have that. There we go. So yeah, see, it's starting to become more of a solid rather than a liquid, you know. Slowly but surely, of course, not right away, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Appreciate you guys joining the stream. I just checked it again. If you're new, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you do enjoy, make sure to leave a comment and let me know. I might do more like this. I might have some friends help me out. We may do some different flavors and stuff like that. We're thinking about doing some ribbon candy at some point. My friend's also pretty good with chocolate, so we were thinking about doing some chocolate and then banana hard candy. So it'd be like dark chocolate on the inside with banana hard candy on the outside. I think that would be really good. So I'm not sure yet. We're still thinking about it. See that? That's really good right there. It's starting to harden up real quick. Now, see, what I like to do is, because we have this mat here, it's kind of absorbed up all the heat. So what I like to do is take the mat and remove it, because the countertop is a lot cooler. So now once I remove the mat, it's going to start cooling down a lot quicker, and it's probably going to be, yeah, there we go. See, it's actually almost pliable right now. You can actually move it around in one big piece. See that? So that's what you want right there. You want it to be pliable, so where you can just move it around with your hands. See how it still droops? It's not ready yet. It's not ready if it still droops. You want it to be able to stick in your hand a little bit. The next step, we're going to be stretching it out, giving it a little bit of a more even color. And that's the reason that you want it to be, you know, the way that it is because if it, you know, when you're stretching it out, if it's droopy, it's just not going to work properly. So you want it to be nice and stiff when you try to stretch. I'm going to get another pan right here for actually when I start to cut it. But for right now, I'm just going to keep stretching it out, stretching it out. It actually smells really, really good. And I'm not a fan of pumpkin spice, but it actually smells really good right now. And it is really hot. I could feel it through the gloves. So you really want to be careful with that because it will get very hot. You definitely need gloves for this. It might not seem like it, but this is hot candy right here. And yeah, I mean, it's 300 degrees, you know, when it came out. So you definitely are going to want gloves for this. So and then I'm just kind of shaping it now. I'm just kind of shaping it to the shape that I want it to be before I stretch it out. So if I want it to be a circle, I'm going to shape it like this to where it's going to be a cylinder type shape rather than just a big blob. You know what I mean? So once we get it to here, we can go ahead and just start working with it. It's starting to get a little bit harder now. I'm hoping this camera angle is going to be good. So what we're going to want to do, I'm going to move this over this way. We're just going to want to stretch it. Slowly but surely, just stretch. Just like that. Right into the candy that it's supposed to be. Right into the size. Just like that. If you want little tiny circles, you stretch it to little tiny circles. If you want the big strips, you stretch it to big strips. You just stretch it how you like the candy to be. However you want it to be. If you have mints, stretch it into little ones. If you have like the strawberry banana ones that I have, stretch it into the big ones. Those ones are good. So you could take scissors, you could just cut them. There you go, find the right size, and just cut them. Just like that. And sorry guys, I'm not going to be talking too much here. I'm actually trying to get this done right now. But afterwards, I'm going to show you everything. I'm actually going to taste one, tell you guys how it tastes. I'm sure you guys are definitely wanting to know how it tastes. I definitely am too, so we're definitely going to see how that tastes. Now you want to keep stretching out. You definitely want to keep working it because, like I said, it's going to start cooling down even when you don't want it to cool down. It's always going to be cooling down. So you want to keep stretching it out, keep working it at all times, okay? I'm going to go ahead and get it all the way stretched out, just like that. All the way, just like that. Oops. My dog's going crazy over there. So I actually broke it a little bit, which is cool. It's fine. If you break it, it's okay. Just keep stretching it out where you left off. Keep doing the same thing. Like I said, if it gets hard from this point out, it's fine as long as you stretch it out, because then you can go ahead and cut it up. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has, you know, the way that you like it. However you like it, just make it that way. You'll be all right. So there we go. Now that we've got it all stretched out and everything, it's not going to be too bad to touch. It's still going to be pretty hot, but there we go. We should be good there. Just going to go ahead and take it. Well, at this point, you could actually just break it. If you snap it hard enough, quick enough, you could just break them. Just like that. This is if you let it get too hard too quick. Usually, if you have two people working with you, it won't be too bad. But when you're working by yourself, it does cool down pretty quickly. Like I said, you can cut them. It just gets, you know, a little more risky. Yeah, see here, it's starting to harden up. You definitely just want to like break them when they start getting too hard. Now pieces like this, like these big ones, you just take a spatula and you just score it. You don't have to go deep. You just score it just like that, just a little bit. They'll break right off. As soon as they harden, they'll break right in that exact spot, right where you want them to. So don't worry about it if they're too big or whatever. It'll be okay. It'll be all right. Just get them stretched out. Get them the way that you want them. If it gets too hard, guess what? It's still candy. So it doesn't really matter. As long as it's for you, it's okay. You're good. As long as you don't got to make it a certain type of way, it'll be the best candy you've ever had because you made it, you know? So the reason that I'm keeping them on this pan is you kind of want to keep them spread out. You don't want to have them sticking together right away because they might stick to each other. You see what I'm saying? So you want to try to keep them spread out a little bit. This is definitely a two-person job if you want to have it perfect, but you don't have to have it perfect. That's the fun thing about making candy, is you make it however you want. If you want to make the big pieces, you make the big pieces. If you want to make a small piece, you make a small piece. You know, you make them how you want to make them. There you go. You just break them off. Like I said, I'm going to get all these candies done, and then I'm going to come back, talk to you guys for a minute, and then we're going to recap. So, yeah, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I know this is probably the point that a lot of people are going to be dipping out. So, yeah, make sure to like and subscribe, share this video to a friend, or share your friend to a video, either or. Yeah, I hope this helped you guys. If you need to, make sure to go play it again. Cool things like this happen too. Look at that little ring of candy. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy, and like I said, I'm almost done with this candy, so we should be to the point of talking in just a second. Talking and tasting, that is, in just a second. I'm just kind of breaking them up into big pieces right now. I'm really not too worried about it. You can do it into molds. I have a little Rolo mold. You can do it in those if you'd like to. I just don't feel the need to do these ones in there. These ones seems like it would be better in just little bite-sized pieces. You know, they're pumpkin spice. I don't think they should be huge candies. Now see, for pieces like this, you just can't get it. Don't worry about it. Don't Don't stress yourself. Don't break yourself over it. Just score it just a little bit. It doesn't even have to be deep. Just score it just enough to put a little line in it, and that'll work. See, look at that. I got a little thumbprint one right there. You know, got little crumb pieces. And that's cool because the crumb pieces, you can save those and you can crush them up really small. And you can use those as sprinkles for any type of dessert. You could just use those as sprinkles. And it works perfectly fine. Look at that. It just cracked right off. Look, so look at that. It's like a little candy cane. It just broke right off. So it's cool because you could just make stuff on purpose and you can actually make things on accident if you don't try to make anything. You just kind of like do it in a strand like this. It's actually kind of fun. Just making random things. Yeah, big one right there. That's a big one. That's a good snack. Like I said, I haven't tried any of these yet. I don't know how they have turned out. I have no idea. Look at that. That is really cool. It's like little tiny ribbons that popped off of the spatulas. That's so cool. So yeah, you just kind of want to like spread them out as much as you can. You get the scissors out of there so I got a little bit more room. Nothing should be sticky at all. It's going to be sticky, but as far as the pan, there should be nothing left on the pan. Everything should be clean. It should be a really easy cleanup. There shouldn't be too much mess or anything like that. And yeah, there you are. That's how you make your candy. So I'm going to go ahead and try a piece. They all look to be pretty spread out. It's still pretty warm. Oh, there we go. It's a very mild flavor, but it's very the spice. You can definitely taste the spice. Hold on, let me wash up my hands real quick and I'll show you guys a better view. Very spicy. It's really good. It's really spicy candy. Not like a hot sense. It's pumpkin spicy. It's really good. So yeah, we've got all kinds of pieces in here. You can see when you cut them, they look really nice. They look just like little store-bought candies. When you break them off, I mean, as you can see, it's like a little more jagged. You know, it's not as neat. You got the little candy cane looking ones. Like I was saying, the little ribbons. These are so cool. Like you can do so much stuff with just making your own candy instead of going out and buying your own candy. So like I said, all you're going to need for this is a half a cup of water. You're going to need corn syrup. You're going to need 3/4 of corn syrup, 3/4 of a cup of corn syrup, 1.5 cups of sugar, and a half a cup of water. That'll make you a decent batch of candy, just a little bit more than this made right here. It's a full tray, and this will probably, the recipe that I have will probably get you more than a full tray. You probably won't be able to fit it all on this tray. So like I said, just go back, find that recipe. I have tons and tons of flavors and colors in these ones. So if you guys want to see anything else, if you guys want to see any colors or patterns or have me try anything, if you liked the video, if you didn't like the video, just let me know. Make sure to leave a like on the video. Let me know down in the comments if you did and if you want to see more. Make sure to share this video with everybody, your friends, your family, all that good stuff. Make your own candy. Don't buy no candy. Save money. And until next time, I'm out, guys.